Hi friends, I am back and I am making mini pecan muffin bites for tomorrow, which is Christmas. So Merry Christmas Eve to everybody out there. Let's not forget the reason for the season. I know it is so easy to get so busy and so wound up and just so consumed in all the things and the giving and the getting but my goodness, like it's about Christ, right? So that's why we're here. Anyway, I am going to show you one of my most requested recipes. It is mini pecan pie muffin bites. I'm going to throw my hair back so that we don't have red hair in them. I don't know that that would be very festive. Don't think that would go over well. Okay, so let's rinse our hands again, of course, because we just touched our hair. Let's be sanitary, folks. All right, so what I'm going to do, I am going to triple this recipe. And so everything you see me putting in, I'm going to tell you what I put in. And then I'm going to show you as I go. And then we will be back with the finished product. How's that sound? So, all right. We need 3 cups. I'm going to take off my rings. We need 3 cups of brown sugar, and they need to be packed. So it says to use the light brown sugar. So what I do, I've got multiple containers here because I've been cooking. I've already made 1 batch. I'm about to make 3 more. I told you that they were very popular. So these you put in the mini muffin pans. Ta-da, ta-da. I've already got it prepared and ready so that it won't take so long on this video. But usually what I do is I just literally, I'm not a baker. Let's just be real. Brooke knows how to follow directions very well. And I make up a bunch of stuff. But we are going to compact these. So I just get as much of my scoop as I can, and then I just smash it with my hand so my hands don't get dirty. Not that I'm afraid to get dirty, and not that I'm afraid to lick my hands with brown sugar, but it is for other people and not just my family. So I'm not going to lick it. I'm going to be sanitary today. Go me. Merry Christmas, guys. All right. No extra added flavors. Okay, so remember, it's just 1 cup of light brown sugar firmly packed. So I am on my 3rd because we're tripling a recipe. All right, so there is that. All right, now we need to do a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, which I'm going to do 1 1/2. So pretty much the same thing. I'm not going to pack it as firm, but I am actually. We'll just use this one. All right. So I pack it a little bit, but I don't like super pack it. So ish. So 1. I'm gonna have to open up another bag. 2. Y'all, these things are so good. So the outsides are super crispy, like the top of a pecan pie, and the middle are ooey and gooey. Now, they're not the same texture as the middle of a pecan pie, but I'm not crazy about the middle of a pecan pie. So if you are the kind of person who likes to eat the top off the pie, this girl right here, these are for you. Everybody, I haven't found anybody that hasn't liked these yet. Like, not a single person. And usually there's somebody, that's like, it's okay. Everybody's like, can we have more? All right. So 1 cup of brown sugar firmly packed, a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. Now we are going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So I've got my cute little measuring spoons. We'll get our salt out. I should have planned this better. I should have already had this done. Okay. See if I can do it without making a horrendous mess. I usually don't pour over my bowl. I'll pour over something else just in case I have a little oops. Because that has happened before, and I don't want salty stuff or, too sweet. Well, there's no such thing as too sweet in my book, but we don't want to have salty pecan pie muffins. I did make a chocolate pie one time and forgot the sugar. But I made everything from scratch, and my precious daddy, I made it for his birthday. He ate the entire thing. And my crust kind of had a little blip in it because I made homemade crust. And mind you, I was like in 8th grade. There you go. But it went in under it, and so it like cooked up. See, look, I just had a mistake. All right. So he ate the entire pie. Bless his heart. All right. So get rid of the salt. Okay, so now we have a cup of firm packed brown sugar, a 1/2 cup of all-purpose, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and now we 1 1/2 cup of chopped pecans, toasted. So important. They need to be toasted and they need to be chopped pecans. So I have done this. Takes 8 to 9 minutes on literally it told you to take it and put it like single layer. So I did probably about a cup and a half, 2 cups each time. So I did it like 2 or 3 times. We do live in the RV. We have the whole RV life. So my oven is a full size, but the pans and stuff, they just don't fit as well. So I've got this. So you will need 1.5 cups. I have, however many this is, 3.5. So right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. I have 4.5. So we're going to put that on there. Okay. Now everything else is going to be wet ingredients. What I like to do with this so that it gets all nice and mixed and I know what I'm dealing with, I use my hands. So like I said, I wash my hands. I am going to mix all this together real quick and we'll go from there. Have to get on my tiptoes because I'm so daggum short. Fun size, not short, I'm fun size. So I just get it all mixed, make sure my brown sugar doesn't have any clumps in it. And I usually buy a brand new bag when I'm doing this because you don't want clumps in it. I mean, I'm sure it probably wouldn't hurt anything. They'll all melt together anyway. Another important thing about this, when you toast your pecans, don't over toast them because you don't want them burnt. You just want them to have that great toasty, that just flavor that releases. They're so aromatic, taste so good. I've done it both ways, with and without them toasted. Toasted makes a huge difference. So one recipe that I had didn't call for them toasted, and you could really tell the difference. So I think this just adds extra flavor to it. Okay, so I have got all this pretty much mixed. It's all the same color. No lumps, and it's hard, of course, to tell. If you want to, you can also mix your salts, your all-purpose, and your brown sugar before you put your pecans in, just to make sure you don't have any lumps. Like I said, I'm good. Made sure that I had fresh stuff, so we are good to go. All right, hands are washed. Now we're going to set aside our dry ingredients. I'm going to grab a bowl for my wet. Let's see, I've got teaspoon, 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 half cup, half cup, half cup, 6 eggs. Let me grab a bowl. All right, so eggs need to be room temperature. I've got my eggs. They are room temperature. They crack a lot easier at room temperature as well. And once you get your eggs done, so normal calls for 2. So you're going to have 2 room temperature eggs, and you're going to froth them. Make them nice and foamy, nice and bubbly. You don't have to overdo it. It doesn't have to be. And this is pretty much a no-fail recipe, guys. Like, if you mess this up, like, I'm no Betty Crocker. I'm no Betty Crocker. That either. God. So I usually use a mini whisk, and that's actually what I have out, so that's what we're going to use right now. It'll work. All right, so got my eggs. We're going to froth these babies. Of course, it's going to take a little bit longer than 2. If you want to use a mixer, great, but I'm just using my hands, my guns. We've been working out a ton. And I took a picture today and posted it. Somebody actually took a picture of us today. And I was like, oh, wow, that's too many muscles for me. So I'm going to cut back on the weights. We're almost there. And my arms are dying because we did work out this morning. Like, my arms are so sore. Oh! Okay, we are almost there. Not quite. All right, we're calling this good. Okay, so you can see maybe not. Okay, just trust me on this one. It's frothed, okay? I want to show you this mixture and kind of what it looks like. So there you go. It's a nice little tan color. All right, get rid of my eggs over here. All right, now I am going to put in, okay, so your butter needs to be melted. And just FYI, a half a cup of butter is 1 stick. So 1 stick of unsalted butter, melted but cooled. So I just went ahead and did 3 sticks melted because of course I'm tripling this recipe, remember. I'm going to pour this into my egg mixture. The reason you don't want it hot is because it's going to start cooking your eggs and it's going to be nasty. So mine is room temperature. It's not cold. Room temperature. I'm going to pour this in here and get my little spatula that has my little gingerbread on it. I use it year round, but it just, seems better when you use it at Christmas. Unsalted butter. Now, if you were in a pinch and you do not have unsalted butter, then it is okay. It's not going to turn out as well. I mean, it's going to turn out fine. You probably won't even be able to tell the difference, especially if you've never made it before. So don't worry about it. So if you need to use salted butter, use your salted butter. All right, and so we've got the butter in there. So I've got my 2 eggs, my stick of butter melted, but room temperature, and room temperature eggs. Remember that. So now I'm going to do a teaspoon of vanilla. And of course, I'm going to do 3. And I just pour this over the bowl because you can never have too much vanilla, right? So 1. See, a little bit spillage. 3. Oops. Okay. It smells heavenly. When these things are cooking and they come out, you're like, I can't wait for them to cool. I'm eating them like right away. Okay, so while that's done, so we're going to mix this together really quick. Make sure our butter's good. Make sure everything is nice and mixed. Now, it tells you to make a well, or for those of you who don't know what that is, just like a little indentation in your dry mixture, okay? So you can pour your wet mixture in. All right, so I have got my wet mixture, I've got my dry mixture, and we are going to pour together. And then I've got my big spoon. And then I'm going to mix it all after I get all the goodness off the sides. Because you cannot waste butter. You can never have enough butter in my book. Although I did make buttermilk pie one time and forgot my butter. That's me. Like I said, I am no Betty Crocker. Betty Crocker. Golly. We'll just leave it there. All right. Done. And then let's go ahead and take our merry and bright spoon and let's mix up our mixture. When you are done with this, you'll know it's done. It turns into like this amazing ooey gooey, kind of looks like the middle of the pecan pie when you're first starting to like to make it, and it smells heavenly. Okay, if y'all have a family tradition recipe, put it below. Let me know. I would love a recipe, and I will also post a link to this or post this below. I have it pinned on Pinterest and all the things. So I will, like I said, I'll find a way to put it down there. Not the most technologically savvy either, but that's all right. No Betty Crocker, not technological. It's fine. It's fine. I can shop really well. I can talk really well. It's fine. Make people laugh and shake their head really well. Okay, so you see this? I'm gonna hold this up like this. Oh, it smells so good. I'm so excited. Okay, so I don't waste any of this, literally, like none of it. Whatever I lick the bowl. Lick the bowl. Of course, after I've finished serving everybody. All right, so here we go. And today, my darling husband went and bought me this $20 freaking scoop. I told him I needed one, and he came home with it. I was like, oh, I was so excited. And I looked at the price and I'm like, I could have used a spoon. All right, so everything is good to go here. One of them looks like it might have water in it, so I'm going to grab this and show you what this Baker Joy looks like as well. I meant to do this earlier. So Baker's Joy, it is like Pam, but it has like flour in it. Okay, so looks kind of like that when you first spray it. So you kind of have like a little white residue. So just spray that around so that nothing sticks. You are literally looking at making a ton of, like you're looking at just a ton of sugar in this. I mean, these are of course sugar-free and fat-free, I'm sure. Positive, like pretty positive. So you are going to take your scooper, and I just overflow mine and do this. Now the first couple, like before, I couldn't find my scoop because everything is in storage, and it took forever, and I made a horrendous mess. And so this is so much better. So I was grateful that he paid 20 bucks because I would have paid 20 bucks for it as well. Before I did it, no. After I used it, absolutely. So now we've got it for future. Got it for next Christmas or Thanksgiving or event that somebody wants me to make these at. So remember, I've got 3 of these. I've only have 1 mini muffin pan, so I'll be making 3 batches. We are going to bake these in just a second at 350 for 12 to 15 minutes. And while they're cooking, you can smell them. It's all you can do not to go get them out of the oven. Because even if they're not completely done, they're still amazing. Okay, we're almost there. We took 1 batch over to his mama's house. I'm taking 2 batches over to my mama's tomorrow, and then we're making a batch for here. Because somebody really likes them. I won't name any names. It's my husband. He really likes them. I try to stay away from them, and I'm about to start keto again after the new year. To see what all this working out is truly done after I lose this layer of fat. I'm sure there's some muscles under there somewhere that I don't know about. I'm really expecting to eventually find a 6-pack. Not holding my breath because I would probably die, but just saying. Okay, so here are our, this one has an extra pecan. Okay, here are our mini pecan pie muffins, and they are going in the oven 350, 12 to 15 minutes. And we'll be right back.